Hello everyone, it's your buddy Sven here, once again coming at you with another Hearthstone video. Now, in case you guys haven't already caught on, I'm not doing a Naxxramas battle today. I wanted to take a break and discuss the new expansion in one particular aspect. I wanted to talk about a card that a lot of people are talking about. It's been getting a lot of attention from the League of Explorers, the brand new Hearthstone solo adventure, and that card is this, Reno Jackson. The 6/4/6 battle cry, if your deck contains no more than one of any card, fully heal your hero. This card is very, very interesting. I haven't had the opportunity to playtest it yet because I don't have League of Explorers. I want to get it, and I'm hoping to get it relatively soon. And I should have the availability to around the end of the month, meaning that I should be able to still catch it as wings come out. And I may speed through and try to, maybe take a break and do that if you guys would be interested. But I wanted to talk about Reno Jackson because this guy has brought a few decks back in a way. I've watched a few people win games because of Reno Jackson, and I guess, but then by proxy, I've seen an equal number of people lose games because of Reno Jackson. Not the people who played Reno Jackson necessarily. It takes a lot of planning to play Reno Jackson in a deck, and it requires you to get him in a very opportune time. He's a 6-drop for 4/6, which is not necessarily bad, but, he's not a very aggressive minion. I mean, his effect would obviously tell you that. But I think he's a very cool card because things like Fatigue Mage like to play him. I see Fatigue Priest has played him. I've even seen a few Warlock decks that play him because you get to go through your hand and you get to go through all that stuff. You get to use Life Tap. You get to use all that fun stuff. And then by the end of the game, you're at 2 HP and it's like, well, I'm just going to drop this and heal for 28. I've even wanted to work around the Paladin deck, a Reno Paladin deck. I feel like that could be fun because mid-range you can work with a lot of one-ofs, and you can do an entirely one-of deck and then just play Reno Jackson on top of it, and you're basically good to go. Now, I think this card is absurdly strong. I honestly do. Just because I see this card with immense value, and I see something that can bring you from the jaws of defeat. Both of you are dwindling, and suddenly you're back at 30. That's incredible. I honestly think he's great. And the reason I see Fatigue, which has been a style of deck that's really been growing on me, I like playing Fatigue a lot. I see him working in Fatigue because even if you're the first one to hit Fatigue, his effect still applies because you don't have more than one of any card in your deck. Because you don't have a deck, thus he applies, because you technically have 0 copies of every single card in your deck. But all in all, I'm just, I wanted to make this video kind of quick, but I see him working in a lot of Fatigue decks. I could see him working in some Control. I don't particularly see him working in aggro, but then again, I've been very wrong. I was the kind of guy who said, oh, hey, Warhorse Trainer is going to be the best Paladin card in the Grand Tournament. I clearly got blown out of the water on that one. Warhorse Trainer doesn't really see play, and there's a certain deck that we won't mention that runs with another card that was introduced for Paladins in the Grand Tournament, aka Dr. Six. But you know what? That's a discussion for another day. I own up to that mistake. But I wanted to talk about Reno Jackson. I wanted to say how much this guy can do. The kinds of decks he works in are just absolutely beautiful. And I think he's a very silly card. And I think he's both silly and absurdly good. Anywho, that about wraps up this discussion. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, to the point. Anywho, if you like what you saw in this video, please leave a like down below. And I do Hearthstone videos every Monday and Tuesday, so if you're pretty interested in that, I'll be doing some discussions, and I'm playing through the Curse of Naxxramas expansion at the moment. So if you're interested in seeing that, please hit the big red button down below, and you'll subscribe to my channel. Anywho, this has been Sven. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.